I'm Brownfield Commodity Market Reporter John Perkins at the closing market minute for Friday, August 22nd. Soybeans and corn both ended the session mixed. Soybeans mostly modestly higher, corn mostly modestly lower, consolidating at the end of the week while waiting for results from the major crop tour. That crop tour does show the potential for some pretty big corn and soybean crops this year, but it's not without some questions. There are disease concerns for both crops, and there is the potential for a drier weather pattern as we get into September, especially in eastern growing areas, and that could harm soybeans and reduce their production potential. Really, the difference continues to be demand. Corn did see more new crop sales to Costa Rica and Spain out of the open, putting the weekly running total at more than 600,000 tons of new crop U.S. corn sold. Meanwhile, soybeans got a little bit of help from a higher move in soybean oil, which was kind of a surprise given some relatively disappointing SRE numbers out of the EPA. Wheat did close mixed. Chicago and Kansas City were down, watching the potential for rainfall in some key winter wheat growing areas ahead of widespread planting, especially in parts of the southern plains, impacting Kansas City. Minneapolis was mixed, mostly lower, watching spring wheat harvest activity in the northern U.S. plains and the Canadian prairies. Live and feeder cattle were higher, waiting for direct cash cattle business to get underway in the south. There's been some limited trade this week in Kansas. Texas really hasn't done any appreciable business, and while there has been trade in Nebraska, not a lot of it has been done. Looks like widespread direct business was going to wait until after Friday's USDA cattle on feed numbers. The trade was anticipating a sharply lower number for placements. And hogs closed higher thanks to cash and wholesale support during the session. Pork was up at midday and cash was steady to modestly higher. Also, contracts are at a pretty significant discount to the cash index. With the closing market minute for Friday, August 22nd, I'm Brownfield Commodity Market Reporter John Perkins.